Hi, Rachel Mead here, founder and president of Enhanced Prep. Thanks for joining me while we take a look at this ACT science question. This question type in particular is looking at our experiment design or how the experiment is set up and what they're looking to do with measuring things or determining things. Now, while there's a lot that goes into science, a big thing that I need to let students know right away is that you should never read more than you have to. You don't earn points based upon how well you understand the experiment or what is happening between our tables or our charts. You earn points by answering questions correctly. So in this case, we're bypassing all of our introduction here, everything that's happening in experiment one, everything that's happening in experiment two, if it was going to be there. And in this case, we want to say, what is the question asking me and what do I need to know? So in analyzing this question, the fine wire mesh was most likely to intend the fine wire mesh was most likely intended to function in which of the ways described below? Now we've got three Roman numerals, but our correct answer is going to be a combination of these Roman numerals. So it's not just identifying which ones are true, but coming back through and saying, how do they relate to our answer choices? So I want to do a quick skim and scan here of saying, I don't see anything about fine wire mesh in table one. I don't see anything about my fine wire mesh coming into table two, so it must be in my description. And anytime we're looking at the setup of our experiment design, we're always going to find that in our data analysis of the text itself. So I'm going to start skimming and scanning over here until I can see where my fine wire mesh is coming into play. And I can see right here at the end of my first paragraph, it says, and then the tank was covered with fine wire mesh. Okay, so now I at least know where this happened, and I want to come back and I want to read that full sentence here. Oh, where is that starting? It's actually starting way up here at this each. Each of five identical outdoor 10-meter cube tanks were prepared by filling the tank with water to a depth of 2 meters. 30 adult C whatever, each with a mass of 20 grams, were placed into the tank, and then the tank was covered with the fine wire mesh. Okay, my tank was covered, but before that happened, something was placed into the tanks. Then it was covered with this fine wire mesh. So let's see, even if I don't know what the C in Sculpta is, let's see if I can eliminate any answer choices. To prevent predators of turtles from entering the tank. Well, I don't know anything about predators yet. To place the turtles into each tank or to keep the turtles from leaving the tank. Well, I'm going to say the C in Sculpta, based upon the answers I have, must be turtles. The turtles were placed into the tank, and then the tank was covered with fine wire mesh. So I want to eliminate Roman numeral 2 as false because my turtles were put in the tank and then it was covered. So the mesh wasn't used to put them in the tank. Now it's so important, students, right here that you work your process of elimination because we need to get rid of any answer choices that have 2 in it. That's going to eliminate answer choice A, that's going to eliminate answer choice C, and that's going to eliminate answer choice D because all 3 of those answers have Roman numeral 2 in them, which I know must be false. By default, that leaves me with answer choice B. Now, let me tell you, you can spend all the time you want coming through and reading this to see if it tells us anything about predators entering the tank or to see if it tells us anything about turtles leaving the tank. And it doesn't. You would be wasting so much of your time. Again, you can do that if you want to. It just means that students that listen to us are going to be having a better science score than you are because they're getting through questions faster. We need to know that even though I don't know that B is right, I know the other 3 are wrong, and I need to be comfortable and confident choosing B and being done with it. But let's talk for a minute about how I know I can safely recognize that this is also a correct answer by understanding what's happening with my science experiment. These tanks are outdoors. I'm putting turtles in my tank. If I'm going to be doing an experiment with my turtles over an extended period of time, is it important that I keep predators out of my tank? Absolutely, it is. Is it also important that I keep my turtles in my tank? Absolutely, it is. But we need to understand that the test isn't showing us that. We're having to know hey, if we're experimenting on turtles for a while with regards to the protein in their diet, which is what I see happening here, I need to keep my turtles around. But more importantly, again, we know that Roman numeral number two is wrong and we're choosing B and being done. But I showed you why I'm right. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.